What is good? What is good? Daz the hero here, tapping in, back and better than ever, and I am with
Monkey D. Michael.
And we are here with the countdown to Chapter 1000 Part 3. The last time we were with you, we were just updating you on some of the greatness and the updates in One Piece, specifically focusing on the Scabbards and their in and out with Kaido and how well they were doing or how poorly they were doing, and just the different perspectives we were getting to as we were getting to that Holy Grail chapter in One Piece. And one of the most important things I feel like we saw here in 998 that just dropped with the official translation is the some of the individual matchups starting to take shape. We see that Marco is finally kind of helping Chopper conclude things on the main floor and kind of sweeping that time wasting stuff out of here, because that was really just keeping people like Drake and Zoro and a lot of the main players in the Straw Hat Alliance that we wanted to see get their main fights. That's getting their attention like away from all of that BS that Queen and Apu were trying to pull. So thank you to Marco, thank you to Chopper to getting that full figured out. Also thank you to Zoro, because I mentioned earlier, like this is his we're starting to see his crowning moment like come and take shape, and we saw a really badass moment from him in 997.
Yeah, no, he's not here to play games this time. He's bringing the seriousness about him, and it's almost kind of a flashback to Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm not here to play games. You guys are here to do whatever you want to do. But I'm here to fight, and I'm here to, back everybody up.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time where we've seen people of at least Zoro's mindset kind of operate with him. So like we said, we see former First Division Commander Marco delegating and saying, Zoro, where do you need me? Because like you're the right hand, like you're the one calling the shots here. I'm here for support. And then we see X Drake now here in 998 kind of say, I'll take care of things here. You go to the top floor where they need you the most, where like the main action is. So we're starting to see progressions, but at the same time, I think you were still on the right brainwave earlier, saying that all of these like one-on-one matchups aren't quite set in stone.
Oh,
so
no.
We still have to see. I think personally that Ochi and Page One are definitely a little too much for like a little more than Usopp and Nami can deal with right now. They're a little like more upper echelon, because you see like the Flying Six, they're facing off against guys like Jinbei and things like that. So they're going to need complementary characters, or going to serve as support characters and things like that, or fight lower tier characters before they get to that ancient Zoan like level of power.
See, things that I've been considering quite a bit lately is that I'm wondering if we're going to have kind of a slice off here where we have two teams basically, because we have to remember, Kaido's kind of the big fish of Wano, but Big Mom is there at the same time, so we can't sit here and forget that she's up there and that she's ready to go as well. So I'm starting to wonder, are we going to have teams that are split up, and are we going to see more like Robin and Brooke taking the
like a battle on two fronts
larger fights?
Yeah. Okay, so like the Straw Hats like serving as kind of the leading forces on two different fronts. So you got two Yonkos, so they kind of need one-on-one. Like you would think just one, like Kaido was bad enough, but like him and Big Mom together is kind of a force that you want to separate. You want them.
Absolutely.
The only way to have success in this is to keep them apart and just do what you can to stall them out and just like gang up on them. Like we know the Scabbards weren't quite enough, but I think there are enough like Straw Hats, and we know Law is still out there, and we know that characters like Marco are still coming to play, and the possibility of like third party is very present.
See, one thing I like to bring up, and I always like to remind people, is that there are only two people in the worst generation that aren't actually captains: Zoro and killer.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to also remember to recognize Zoro for what he is. He's one of the worst generation.
Mm-hmm.
He's there to put in work.
He's there to put his name on the map, just like Luffy is. Like, he's trying to be the world's strongest swordsman. He's not like, he is under Luffy, but he still is firm set on his goals and has his own like determination.
Exactly. And I mean, something I also mentioned to you earlier that that we've noticed is that Zoro has not been using all three swords yet. He's only been using 1 and 2 swords here. He has not used Enma yet. We have not seen that destructive power that with the swing where he sliced that island without any issue.
I don't think he knows that it's specifically for Kaido. I feel like he's at this stage where he knows what he is able to do, and like he can gauge who is like kind of worthy of Enma type deal. Like nobody up to this point, like his like their hockey isn't even up yet. He hasn't faced Big Mom yet. He hasn't faced King yet. I wouldn't even say like Queen is on his level, and I feel like him tossing that slash out there kind of showed that like this isn't going to be your run of the mill. Like we aren't sure these rookies that are just kind of get in and out and thinking that we're in over our heads. We know what we're here to do, and we're here to like execute. This isn't a game to us, just like it wasn't a game to the Big Mom pirates when we invaded their territory. So another perspective I'm really interested in seeing as well is the General Frankie and Sasaki fight, which we saw initially starting to take shape a couple chapters, but with them being the two like armored divisions of the two alliances, like this ancient Zoan, this Triceratops that we know that Sasaki is definitely gonna be having a test of will, I think, with Frankie and General Frankie specifically. So we're going to see a lot of Senior like Pink. We're gonna see a lot of parallels to the Senior Pink Frankie fight, I believe, just because he's somebody that likes to go all out, but in a showing of in a.
I'm not sure that I agree with you there.
You think so?
No, this does not seem like a manly fight to me. Maybe it seems more about defense than offense for sure, but I don't see this about being a manly fight.
So
I see
more
this
so
about
battle of
being
attrition.
Who can stand longest almost.
Okay, so not so much of who can knock the other out, but who just has a stronger base. Yeah, and like this is gonna be like ancient nature versus tech, because this is General Frankie. He's got the mecha anime look to him, and we know that he's also a cyborg. And then you got this ancient Triceratops devil fruit that is clearly one of the top like few defensive like abilities in his crew. So I am really looking forward to seeing who's gonna need help first. I think because we know that Frankie is kind of by himself, but Sasaki has his whole division with him. So is Frankie gonna get an opportunity to have somebody like combo with him, or is he gonna go all out and show that he really is next level, or develop something that just puts him over Sasaki?
Well, see, I'm curious about, since we've seen Sasaki and Momonosuke notice that dragon statue that had to have obviously been destroyed by Ace. I mean, let's get real. I'm wondering if Momonosuke is going to kind of get a bout of courage and be like, I can't run away from this. Like, I'm just as involved in this fight as everyone else, There are people out there, just as young as he is, like Otoko, who's out there fighting.
Yeah, and she's going to be like, they're playing key roles and he's still trying to find his role. So like what you're getting at, I think, is that he is just trying to feel out what specific duty can I like take on that I can establish myself as the Shogun now, because at the end of this arc he has to be recognized as Shogun. He can't be recognized as like little Momonosuke anymore. Like,
exactly, and I don't think that it would be reasonable for everybody to do this all-out battle and then him come out at the end of it and be like, all right, I'm Shogun, thanks.
Yeah, he has to like show himself in front of everybody. He has to have, it doesn't have to be like a spectacular showing, but he has to have an attention getting showing that just forces everybody to respect him type deal. Like Odin forced you to respect him with like his energy type thing. So we need that Odin energy from Momonosuke, and we're just waiting on that opportunity. And like he's going to get it, just like I feel like all of these Straw Hats are gonna get their key matchups. But I'm the one person I can say I'm a little concerned about, like you mentioned earlier, is Usopp. Usopp is great, but I am not looking forward to him just shooting the Kibidongos to serve his role. I need something much more next level. Like he actually has to fight at some point. Like he can't just play the long game and be considered a world-renowned sniper. Like Yasop has put in much more trench work to be recognized as what he is.
Everybody here who hears me might hate me, but Usopp is slightly better than hot garbage.
Okay. Be on the lookout for more Rich Streamcast content. Be on the lookout for Book of Daz. Be on the lookout for more Project Gotham, more Linear Bro Sports Talk, and definitely part 4, the final section of the countdown to chapter 1000 as we approach chapter 999. But until then, you know the Lotus always blooms twice.